Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hopefully, by the end of this uh, session here, you'll have a better understanding of LTE and Baicells, and pretty much mainly how you could leverage LTE technologies as well as CBRS to reach 100% of your customers. Next slide, please. So, who is Baicells? So, Baicells was founded with the simple philosophy of making broadband accessible to everyone. Connect more with less. And how we aim to achieve that is by leveraging 4G as well as 5G technologies. And our approach is more of a collaborative approach. We believe in the philosophy of playing well with our partners, players within the entire ecosystem, and not um, uh, limiting or dictating technology based on what we feel is the best solution for our customers. Hence, the adaptation of leveraging LTE technologies to help enable and bring forth technology products to deliver broadband services within a simple uh, and easy technology to adapt to, but also making it affordable. So we have here, we're not going to play it today, but we have here a video of pretty much explains our approach to technology and bringing broadband services to everyone, connecting the unconnected, making broadband accessible and affordable and easily adaptable to all. So we know that technology and specifically wireless services, there's the challenge of the non-line of sight of challenges and the introduction of CBRS spectrum that is have opened up by the FCC, and this presents a unique opportunity for operators to leverage the newly open spectrum and utilizing that and making it available to deliver broadband services, specifically in rural America. So hence, we've taken the approach of let's use LTE technology within the CBRS spectrum, which is a standards, and putting it together in a technology platform to deliver high-speed broadband services. One that will allow operators to maintain their investment, as well as allowing interoperability with other products out in the marketplace. We want to we want the customers, the market, to dictate what manufacturers like us bring forth in terms of technology products to deliver broadband services, and not tie you in within a proprietary system. Next slide, please. So, as a company, Baicells realized that as the need for broadband increases, the existing technology platforms are limited. So what we've come up with is LTE, making it accessible, making it easy. We recognize that a lot of our customers have uh, proprietary Wi-Fi networks such as Ubiquiti, Microtech, Cambium. The transition to a new technology platform such as LTE, we wanted to simplify that, making it plug and play, not requiring an engineer to go on site for each and every deployment. So with that concept, we've also introduced, which up until Baicells came into the market, introduced a cloud-based EPC core. Within an LTE network, the cost of deploying a network is extremely CapEx intensive. Our approach is a pay-as-you-grow model. We put the EPC core, which is a huge cost of what goes into building out an LTE network. Instead of forcing our customers to go ahead and pay $20,000, $50,000, $1 million, so on and so forth, we've taken the approach of pay-as-you-grow business model. So what we've done is we've introduced the EPC core, and instead of forcing our customers to make that investment, we put that in the cloud. And as you sign on customers, you pay for that service. What this does is, number one, it makes the deployment of an LTE network so much more affordable by taking away that cost. And number two is it takes away the requirements of having a dedicated team internally to manage a complicated part of the network, which is the EPC core. So we've allowed operators to get in to the game, but not forcing you to put forth such huge investment, upfront investment. What we realize is that a lot of our customers are smaller mom and pop shops in some cases. They're wearing many hats. So we've taken away that cumbersome burden and we've put it in the cloud, open up that resources, and thus allowing more people, making it more leveling the playing field, democratizing the game per se by allowing everyone to come in. You don't have to be a deep-pocketed organization. You could be a small startup and still deploy an LTE network. So that was the reason why it was such a huge and different departure in 2016 when Baicells democratized and leveled the playing field with regards to LTE. And as a result, we were able to quickly gain market share and have such a huge adaptation. So we recognize that LTE is not simple, but we try to make it as plug and play as possible. And we realize, again, going back to a lot of our customers have come from the proprietary networks, lots of Ubiquiti-based, Microtech-based, Cambium-based. We wanted to introduce quality carrier-grade LTE, but not force you to have an engineer come on site with every deployment. So our technology, our architecture is very simple, plug and play, easily adaptable. Here's another case study. As you can see, when we have a couple case studies that we've done, most of these are concentrated in rural America. This particular one is in North Carolina. As you can see, lots of trees. Um, what you'll see time and time again is the non-line of sight challenges that operators face in their markets. What's unique about LTE is it's truly outdoor technology being deployed in long range, non line of sight scenarios, whereas some of the other CBRS based 365 based products that might be out in the marketplace right now are based on Wi Fi technologies. Uh, what we do is we've utilized true LTE technology for outdoor deployment. And the difference between when you compare LTE versus Wi-Fi based proprietary system is LTE out of the gate offers 7 dB of gain. So when you're comparing 365 to 365, not all 365 are the same. LTE 365 outperforms non-LTE 365. So here we go into our product portfolio. Uh, Baicells is unique in the sense that we only focus on what we do best, meaning we only build radios, base stations, and CPEs. We don't manufacture antennas, cables, or whatnot, since we are a true standards-based 3GPP. Uh, our products are interoperable with other standards-based LTE products. So through the next several slides, we'll go over our product portfolio. We'll start with base stations, indoor CPEs, as well as snap routers for the home. And we have outdoor power backup solutions. And then my colleague will introduce what we're working on with regards to 5G. So with regards to the base stations, we uh, offer base stations in CBRS as well as band 41. What is unique about what Baicells has to offer is going back to the philosophy of making broadband available to all, uh, doing more with less. Our approach to our product is unique. We have what we feel a product that will fit every levels of every situation that fits your requirement. So starting out with our Nova 227, which is the only all integrated outdoor and only PoE base station that we have in the market. This is a unique product that we've introduced into the market that helps fill in the gap that for those of you who have 5 gigahertz line of sight deployment. We all know that within that tower setup, there will be pockets of customers that might be hidden behind trees that 5 gig line of sight technology can't penetrate. This is a nice filler for you, a nice complement to your line of sight deployments that will allow you to deliver 100% coverage within that tower site. I'm always of the philosophy of not one uh, technology fits all, right? It's all about layering. So within one tower site, you want to provide 100% coverage, whether it means utilizing 900 megahertz, 2.45 gig fiber, uh, satellite, TV white space, so on and so forth. So this 227 within a line of sight tower deployment, this is a nice filler of to go ahead and capture some of those customers who might be hidden behind trees. Additionally, if you are looking to deploy service in a neighborhood that might not have enough customers to justify investing $5,000-6,000 to put up our 1 watt base station, this product will be a nice, quick, and simple get it up and quickly deployed solution. Since it's a lower power base station, the range obviously is limited. Where we've seen this product being deployed is in micropop scenarios, uh, complement your line of sight towers, or if you have a small town that might be 2 miles square radius or less, put it up in the middle of town and capture the bulk of the residents there. So very unique product that fits that particular void nicely. From there, we continue on to the Nova 223, which is a 1 watt single carrier radio. This is the product that we launched with in North America 4 years ago. We have thousands of these deployed, and this has pretty much been our bread and butter. From the early days to even today now, the bulk of our deployments are with the Nova 223. To the left of that is a continuation of our product portfolio. It's the Nova 436. This is a unique device in the sense that it is, think of this one enclosure having uh, uh, two different options based on your requirements. So this particular radio can be purchased as a single carrier radio. When you grow and add on to that tower site, you could purchase and upgrade to make it a and transmit it in dual carrier split mode. So in reality, under that feature, it's two radios in one enclosure. Or if you happen to be using this product, say in a highly congested uh, area, tower site, where tower real estate is a premium, but the bulk of your customers, your high heavy user, high paying customers are within that area. What you could do is you could opt to purchase a feature called carrier aggregation that allows you to combine two 20 megahertz channels to double the capacity of the base station. So this is a unique concept that Baicells have introduced, one where it allows you, going back to our philosophy of pay as you grow, making the product as simple and cost effective as possible. This particular product actually performs three different unique functions. You could start off with the 436 as a single carrier product. From there, depending on your requirements, you could run it in split mode or carrier aggregation mode. So this is the product that and this strategy that as a company we're moving forward based on the pay as you grow philosophy. So the three products that I've just discussed, the Nova 233, the 227, 436 are all CBRS based products. We also offer our base stations in band 41 for those lucky folks who happen to own the 2.5 spectrum. We have our 10 watt 243 as well as our 10 watt 246, which is the second generation of our band 41 family of base stations. So this is licensed, and where we are deploying, where we're seeing these products being deployed is right now is in the education verticals for school districts who own spectrum, and in the age of the pandemic and COVID, we're seeing a lot of requirements by school districts to build private LTE networks so that their students can continue their education remotely. Next slide. So going back to keeping things simple, stretching your dollars, doing more with less, we make deploying Baicells very, very simple. Compared to other manufacturers out there, when you purchase a base station from us, we pretty much provide you a full kit. So an example of this 436, you not only get the base station, but it comes with power supplies, it comes with mounting brackets, GPS antennas, shrink wrap, shrink tape. The only extra items that you need to purchase are accessories that include the sectoral antennas, the power cables, and the low pin jumper cables to connect the antenna to the radio. But everything else we provide to you as in one kit. That is a continuation of our philosophy of making it plug and play to our customers, and we don't feel like we don't want to nickel and dime our customers. So when you purchase a base station, you're pretty much getting a full kit. Next. And this set of slides, this is more for the enterprise market. Our indoor base stations for the U.S. Market. The 430 is an indoor CBRS radio that we will be introducing later this fall. The other devices, the Neutrino R, Relay Cell, Neutrino E, and Crowd Cell, those are products that we are selling in other markets around the world. But for the sake of this conversation here today, 430 indoor CBRS is what will be available in the U.S. So the Neutrino 430 is, as I mentioned, great play for when CBRS fully opens up, which is October 17th. We'll see requirements to overlay and complement existing private Wi-Fi networks, right? So think of indoor shopping malls, stadiums, hospitals. This product is a nice complementary product to offer to these types of verticals. The whole idea is not to replace existing Wi-Fi networks, but to complement. The difference here is what we're offering is true LTE in an indoor environment, more capacity, longer range, more secure. So again, uh, giving customers flexibility and options, not necessarily replacing. So for those of you who are on this call who work uh, who are systems integrators who sell a lot of Wi-Fi, indoor Wi-Fi networks, don't consider indoor CBRS uh, as a replacement technology, but more as a complementary overlay of what you're currently offering to your customers. Okay. We also have a LDU unlicensed product, our Spectre series. So these are all integrated access points and subscriber radios. Our approach to unlicensed LTE is unique in the sense that this particular product is a full duplex product. So if you are if your requirements require true 100 megs down, say 50 megs up, this particular product would be a good consideration because it's full duplex and it transmits down at 5.8 uploads at the lower 5 gigahertz, 5.2. So the potential for interference is a lot less compared to uh, uh, existing 5 gig products out there on the market today. Now, where we're seeing this, so this particular product came about because a global carrier had certain requirements which we were able to deliver with our LTEU product. And where we're seeing this product being deployed as more industrial applications, airports, uh, industrial factories, unmanned vehicles, um, less so in the for the WIS uh, space, but more for industrialized. This particular product has been is being deployed in numerous international airports in China. It's also being utilized by a major e-commerce retailer in China. So they are leveraging this product to provide bandwidth to unmanned vehicles in their huge factory locations. With regards to how it's being utilized in airport, if you're traveling, you see all of those carts that's shuttling um, luggage from the airplanes to the terminals. Uh, this is what this product is being used for in various airports uh, in China. Next. And we have to complement uh, our CPE is our Snap router. Uh, what this device offers is it is an access point, but also powers up uh, our outdoor CPE. So in a home environment where a Baicells network operator provides service to the customer, um, this particular unit powers up the outdoor CPE as well as acting as an indoor Wi-Fi, which it also integrates nicely into our OMC, which is part of our cloud core. So one unit that seamlessly integrates into our EPC core. From here, we go to CP options that Baicells offers. Now, Baicells as a vendor is unique in the sense that we offer 3 different CPE options depending on your requirements. We offer for short range deployments indoor CPEs. For the short range 2 miles or less non-line of sight applications, we offer a low gain outdoor CPE that works very nicely with a KP performance reflector dish. And then for the longer range deployments, our high gain CPE. Now, going back to the advantages of a standard technology platform, our CPEs are being used in non-LTE networks, meaning as long as there's a network that is running an LTE, true LTE, you can use Baicells CPE to connect to those networks. Now, do we want to get 100% of the business? Yes, but we will sell CPEs, and our CPEs are being deployed in non-LTE networks throughout North America and throughout the world. The unique application for an indoor CPE, we're seeing actually the indoor CPE right now in the age of COVID is the hottest selling product with regards to CPE that Baicells offers right now. It's being deployed in school build-outs as well as mobile home RV parks, campgrounds. So if you're an operator and your customer, you're providing internet, say, to a campsite, what you can offer to the campsite management company is sell them and offer them this indoor CPE as the campers come in, whether it be for a weekend, a week, months, whatnot. You can offer the indoor CPE that will be able to connect to base station nearby, but for the within the campsite, within the camper itself, this indoor device will broadcast Wi-Fi signal. So the customers, the end users themselves can connect utilizing their smartphones or their tablets and connect wirelessly via Wi-Fi. So we are seeing a lot of these types of deployments throughout the country utilizing this indoor CP. Now, for the applications where short range, thick challenge of non-line of sight, 2 miles or less, what we've seen is we've seen a lot of operators using our our outdoor low gain and coupling it with KP reflector dishes. Now, a lot of the operators out there have KP reflector dishes lying around. If you still have them, and if you're thinking about deploying Baicells, you can repurpose those reflector dishes. All you would need to do is purchase the adapter arm for the reflector to fit in our low gain outdoor CPE. Now, the advantage of doing this is in true line of sight challenges that are short range, the low gain outdoor CPE coupled with that reflector dish gives you 7 to 10 dB of gain. So in a heavily foliage situation, you need all the gain you can get. So that allows you not only to sign up that challenging customer, but also allows you to repurpose your investment of the KP reflector, right? So this is going back to my opening comments about uh, playing nice with other folks within the ecosystem. We do have strategic relationships with companies such as KP Performance to help with the user experience and deliver the connection that the different connection scenarios out there. So this is an example of Baicells as a company, our philosophy of working well within the whole WIS, the whole network ecosystem. Now, lastly, the high gain outdoor CPE. So this is meant for longer range deployments, 5 miles or more. Our best-selling CPE product out there, our high gain 19 dBi Cat4 CPE. Again, we sell a lot of these not only within the own Baicells network, but we also sell them to non-Baicells networks. And right now, Category 4, Category 6 CPEs, all of them are CBRS certified, Part 96 certified. What we have coming down the road here in the fall is we will be introducing a Category 15 CPE. We'll have some test units available later in the fall with the expectation that we'll get all this certification by late 2020 or early 2021. Now, I would just, I won't talk too much about this as it's still in the development phase, but obviously with all of the requirements that are out there and all of the government programs that are available, we are bringing to market a Category 15 CPE that will allow us to help fill some of the requirements, the RDOF requirements, the CAF funding requirements that our operators are going after in terms of federal programs out there that will be made available for broadband services. And then lastly, we have a smart UPS product that complements our base station nicely and can be managed end-to-end via our OMC. This is gaining traction for those who have some of the more challenging deployments up in the mountains where sometimes it could take hours to get to in bad weather. We do offer a complementary battery power backup system. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and hand off this next segment to my colleague Majdi Shami, who will share with you what we have coming down the road for 5G.
Thank you, Boone. Hello, everyone. 5G time. 5G will be coming to a theater near you very soon, believe me. And we at Baicells have our share of 5G products and a clear roadmap ahead. And I'll be going through some Baicells 5G products with you in here. We have got the Gamma 632. It's an indoor base station. It is LTE and 5G compatible, and it's sub 6 gigahertz. It works on both TDD and FDD, and it's 6 transmit and 6 T6R. So the transmit and receive diversity is very obvious in here. The transmit power is 250 milliwatts per channel, and the instantaneous bandwidth is 100 meg. The spectrum, it's B3, band 7, B40, N41, N77, and N78. So it works on the standard LTE bands and FDD band, and also it accommodates the new spectrum for 5G, which is the N. In 41, it's an 5G spectrum, and it's, it follows the 3GPP release 16 for the 5G standards. The bandwidth here, it doesn't stop at 20. In the LTE, it is 5, 10, 15, and 20, but for the N41, it goes all the way up to 100 megahertz of a bandwidth. So you get quite a few of a bandwidth here to pack, as much data as you want. And it's at 3GPP 38.104. This is the 3GPP release 15. And the size, it's compact, and the weight is less than 4 kilograms. And we have this available. Now we move to the Gamma 844, which is an outdoor unit. It is LTE and 5G, and it's only TDD. And the diversity here is much more. It's 8T8R, so it's like 8x8 MIMO. You can use it as full-fledged 8x8, or you can split it into two sites as 4T4R. The output power, it's a little bit more than, of course, the indoor. It's 5 watts per single channel, and the bandwidth, it's 100 for transmit and receive. And the spectrum, you get the N41, N78, and N73. 78 and 79, they're coming in Q3. So you get this big bandwidth for the 5G spectrum. Power consumption, minus 48. All right, so we go into let's go into the second half of 2020. We're working on Gamma 833. It's an indoor. It's a little bit more powerful than the previous one. It's an LTE and 5G sub gigahertz and the millimeter wave. So it is TDD, FDD. It's 8x8, 8 transmit receive diversity, or you can get 2 4x4. 200 milliwatts, a single channel, 100 megahertz of bandwidth. And here's the interesting part: it's the spectrum. It's it takes it all the way to N261 and N269, which are the millimeter wave spectrum. So that's the real 5G right here. The speed. Of course, the speeds we're talking about in the gigabits, no more megabits. It's gigabits per second. And then we working on another one, 8443, which is, it doesn't have the millimeter wave. It is LTE and 5G sub 6 gigahertz, FDD, and it's 4T4R or 2T2Rs, 40 watts. And again, actually, it does have the millimeter wave because I see the N261 and N269. So just we need to add that here. And it's then we go into next year, the first half of next year, we will be going into the massive MIMO. It is, you'll see 16 by 16, or it's configurable. You can have multiple 4 by 4 or 2 by 2. And the output power 10, 40, and 80. Spectrum, again, it covers N41. It's the same as 41, but within the 5G. So it's the 2.5 gig, and then the N78, 79, and the 28 gigahertz or 38 gigahertz, N261 and N269. Next page, please. Then we have the AAUs, which is radio and antenna in the same unit. We have the Gamma 844. This is an outdoor. It is LTE and 5G sub 6 gigahertz, and also millimeter wave. It is 16T16R, 4T4R, 2T2R, depending on your configuration. It's a 10 watt per channel, and 100 megahertz as the bandwidth. And you can see also the spectrum here: 41, 78, 79, 261, and 269 in the 5G category. Then we have the following year. It's a micro outdoor AAU. The difference here, we're going into 64 by 64. So 32 by 32 and 64 by 64. This is massive beamforming multi-unit MIMO, 10 watt radio, and it has it covers N41, N78, and N79, and it's category B, and it falls under, it's compliant with the 3GPP 38.104. Next page, please. All right, here we have the core. So the first picture here, it's the new generation core. It's a 5G core and EPC at the same time. It is, we have 3 flavors. The compact, it accommodates for 5,000 active users, and it supports 500 sites. Then we have the standard. It doubles, 10,000 active users, and it supports 1,000 sites. Then the professional, with only 1 unit, you can have up to 100,000 users and 10,000 sites. So it's pretty impressive here. Then we have the BBU x86. This is based on Intel. It can be a standalone. That means no LTE core. It's a standalone pure 5G greenfield. You can also, with the splitting of the new radio, it can be either considered as a control unit or a distributed unit, or it can combine both control unit and distributed unit at the same time. It has 6 25 gigabit optical and 2 10 gigabit optical, so it has a total of 8 optical outlets. The power consumption 700, and the sync, it is compatible with GNSS input and 1588 version 2. Then we have the BBU ARM. This is another hardware platform, ARM, and it utilizes cards, which is the PCIe. It's for Express. It has you can grow the capacity by just adding cards, PCIe cards. So let's go into the next slide, please. Yeah, this is the acceleration card. It accommodates 6 25 gig SPFs. These are, of course, the optical, and then we have 16 PCIe Gen 3 connectors. Then we have the extended unit, and the next page will explain that. But the extended unit, it's just if you want to connect, it connects to RRUs up to 8, or it connects to BBU, 1 BBU or it connects to another EU through, cascaded it through another optical connector here. Next page, please. Yeah, I think that's all. The other slide is not here, but what I meant is you can connect up to 32 radio units into that extension unit, which goes into a BBU, and also you can cascade the extension units up to 4 in each. So that's how you can actually scale the network with minimum hardware from the BBU side. That's all, and I can take any questions later on. I'll hand it over to Ronald to go through the CBRS part.
Thank you, Majdi. Thanks for the introduction of 5G. Now it's time for CBRS. CBRS is a buzzword these days because we know that there's a PAL auction going on starting last Thursday, July 23rd. I heard that CBRS demand or desire is very high. The price keeps going up. So why? Because CBRS is a very viable spectrum solutions for operators who consider to build their LTE network. As we know, the CBRS band are in 3 tiers: the federal incumbent, the PAL, and the general authorized access. The focus point at this moment is the GAA license, which is basically an unlicensed section of the spectrum, which offers operators a very affordable solutions to own their spectrum. Spectrum is one of the principal expenses in deploying a wireless network or connectivity. This CBRS gives you opportunities to take care of that. So the takeaway from this slide is that CBRS is also about affordable spectrum. Next slide, please. And I will briefly introduce the CBRS to explain what CBRS is and how the spectrum is managed by a SAS. What are the core solutions for CBRS, as well as looking at some real-world deployment scenarios. The fundamental technology of CBRS, I think Boone has already touched upon some of them. But the basic idea is that CBRS, you want to see it in 2 perspectives. One perspective is that CBRS is about LTE. Even though CBRS is specified as a technology agnostic spectrum by the FCC, but the CBRS Alliance, which is this ecosystem in this industry, is promoting LTE. Why? Because LTE is a standard, industry standard technologies that gives you the peace of mind that this technology is well defined, interface is well defined, and interoperability is guaranteed. So you have the peace of mind that your investment today will be forward proof and backward compatible, and you will have a large choice of vendors that you can integrate together. Another advantage is that, as we have heard a lot of things about 5G, 5G and LTE are specified by the same standard body, 3GPP. So by investing in LTE, you also have the peace of mind that the technology has a path to 5G. And another perspective is that I try to understand LTE versus Wi-Fi. LTE is basically has the heritage of a mobile network, has inherent securities and reliabilities built in, so that and the Baicells LTE solutions give you the opportunity to operate or build the IoT network as easy as Wi-Fi. So keep that in mind from this slide, that LTE from Baicells gives you the best of the two worlds. Okay, our CBRS solutions at Baicells offers you the end-to-end solutions, including our partnership with our SaaS administrators. We are open to all the SaaS administrators that is available in the market. As listed here, all these administrators has been approved by the FCC as a SaaS vendor. Working with Baicells, you can pick and choose any one of them. The SaaS vendors not only gives you the capabilities to manage the spectrums, but also give you the tools to do your network planning and CPI certification, which is required by deploying a CBRS network. This is our Baicells core options. This not only applies to CBRS, but applies to our product portfolio in general. We have this cloud-based core that gives you the options to pay as you grow with minimum investment in a core network. We also have this Halo B concept, which enhances the reliability of your core solution by pushing some of the core functions, especially the control plane functions, down at the edge, which is co-located with the eNode B. In the case that you have a network outage, you will not lose your service. And yet another option for your core network solution is the local core. We can host a core functions on the premise in your own location. That gives you a lot of options to provide more services, such as layer 2 connectivity. I think there is one more slide for CBRS. Again, CBRS is alive. CBRS GAA commercialization has started at the end of January, and the NN license or 3.65 license or Part 96 license transitioning has a deadline of October 17th. So we are well into the process of helping our customers to migrate Part 90 networks to Part 96. We are on track to get our customers taken care of by the time the grandfathering period expires. I think this is all about CBRS. So the message for you to take away is that when you consider CBRS, please consider Baicells, because we are a leader in this CBRS solutions. Thank you.
And I think so hopefully for the audience today, is hopefully we were able to convey from regards to what the Baicells perspective is. We recognize, especially in this the rural WISP operator space, the importance of spectrum, obviously, and the requirements that our customers are facing, especially in rural America. So from our vantage point is we recognize that CBRS presents a great opportunity for operators serving rural America to truly bring broadband to those underserved markets. From our perspective, we feel that LTE leveraging CBRS is the most important aspect of helping bringing broadband to rural America. Not only because of LTE's our ability to penetrate foliage, but the fact that LTE is a standards-based technology, and this is very important for operators who have not fully decided on which direction, which technology platform you're going to move forward with regards to CBRS. There is truly a difference between standards-based CBRS versus proprietary CBRS. You get the flexibility of not being able to utilize other cross-pollinate between standards-based LTE manufacturers. If you start with Baicells today and next year a new vendor comes out with a better story, better performance, better price, so on and so forth, your investment in a true standards-based LTE product will not be completely lost. So I think that's a very, very unique distinction between a standards-based LTE product that companies like Baicells offers versus those that might be proprietary, because you're locked in. Number one, but number two is LTE, the standards-based technology requires that any new product that comes to market has to be backwards compatible. Again, saving you on your investment. And third, the migration path to 5G, right? 5G might not be on your radar, especially for those serving the rural markets just yet, but eventually 5G will be a standard. So that needs to be taken into consideration as you are planning out as you transition to CBRS. So hopefully all of these things will come into play, and hopefully we were able to provide you a better understanding of what Baicells as a company, where we stand in the marketplace, and our philosophy in terms of how we introduce our products to the marketplace. But the whole idea, the founding principle that our CEO, when he started the company, is he wanted to make technology broadband available for all, keeping it simple and not making it so expensive that only the deep pockets are able to take advantage of this. So thank you for your time today. And if you have any questions for any of us, feel free to reach out. I think there's the last slide has all of our contact info, or reach out to anyone on the Streakwave team, and they'd be more than happy to introduce you to any of our team members here today. Also, we are offering two promotions. One is a starter kit pack, as for those who haven't deployed CBRS yet. If you want to try out the Baicells, we have a great package available that includes our 436 base station and 10 CPEs with SIM cards. And also, you with this $59.99 price, you get a free features key, either a dual carrier, which, remember, allows you to run the 436 in split sector mode, or if you want to deploy the 436 in the highly congested area, or offer larger packages, you can select the carrier aggregation feature key for free. So that's I think a $1,500 value. So that's one program that we're offering for existing Baicells customers. Unique opportunity to, if you are going to be purchasing CPEs. If you buy 30, we'll give you a one free Nova 227 to try, and you could deploy this in a micropop scenario, or in a community such as this graphic here, where there's not enough customers to justify investing in a 436. You could throw one of these 227s up and capture that small group of customers.